Shalom, shalom. Man, hope everybody's having a blessed day. Man, it was just yesterday that, man, I was on here talking about the death of a popular YouTuber, black female by the name of Alicia Burney, pretty much losing her life in lawlessness while partying in Mexico. And this title of young people losing their life to the turn up, Boosie concert gets shot up, is going to be fitting for the way of head, just to showcase that, we are in the last days and this stuff is going to happen more frequently. And here it is. You might see it, if any of you are fans of the rapper Little Boosie. I tell you, man, I once was a fan before I walked in truth, and a lot of these hit songs that you and I may know, man, are what's causing people to actually carry out the things of the lyrics. And I've done biblical teachings on it before, talking about the hypnotical properties of music. I've done teachings showing people the history of uh, the history behind the Pied Piper, why R. Kelly was given you know, that nickname, and there's a history behind it, and it showcases the hypnotic, properties of music. Man, it is sad because people are really out here moving with no wisdom. And the headline is three shot at a concert inside in Akron, two victims in critical condition. Shot. Man, I'll tell you first and foremost, if you think that this music is simply entertainment, man, you better think twice. You better think twice, because let me give you something. How many folks do you know, even we go back, Whitney Houston music? How many folk shooting up Whitney Houston concerts? How many times have you seen an Adele concert get shot up? You got to understand, man, there is some music out there that, man, demons are going to dwell around, because it's low frequency, it's low vibrational, and you have the music that attracts reprobate minded people. Music that attracts, man, the sons of perdition. And this is what people, they think, man, I'm gonna go out for a night of little fun. I'm gonna get, go turn up. This is Akron, Ohio. Man, if you don't know, if you've ever watched the show on YouTube, Bounty Tank, he just got shot up in Akron and just made it out the hospital. That kind of lets you know that Akron, as well as a lot of these cities where these rappers are drawing a huge crowd, man, they are low vibrational. This is where people of low, like him performing the song Set It Off is when the gunshots actually rang off. If you know that song, Lil Boosie, Set It Off, man, that's a song about like turning up and doing craziness. Somebody in there actually brought that song to reality. Brought it to reality. And I'm telling you, parents out there, you got your sons and daughters, and they want to go to Sexy Red and Glorilla, and they want to see Lil Boosie and NBA Youngboy. I'm telling you, if you let your doggone teenage sons and daughters, if you don't even talk to your adult children about this. Key word, I said adult children. if you don't even talk to them about this, man, you might not see them again. You know, if you let your daughter go to a Glorilla, a Sexy Red concert, I'm telling you what's happening. Folk gonna be in there popping pills. They're gonna be smoking dope. Whole bunch of worthless dudes. There's a chance that they gonna be handing out Plan B the next morning. Somebody gonna get skeeted in. A man is not gonna be wanting to fulfill the duties of a father. Some woman's gonna end up pregnant. I'm telling you, this is the kind of people that dwell around this stuff. And man, if you listen to this music, you have to be your mindset has to be of like low hanging fruit to even comprehend some of this nonsense that they're spewing. And they're making this music, you know, trying to dumb down our people. And it's got hypnotic properties. Man, if you look at dubstep, if you look at trance, you look at music like that, this is where people are doing all kind of uppers, all kind of drugs like uppers, LSD, speed, doing things like this because the music, you know, is promoting it. And you're wondering why they're listening to this high tempo music and their hearts are exploding because they're taking drugs that's causing their heart rate to increase. People don't realize, man, you out here in these streets living lawless, man, that these streets ain't gonna show you no love. So let me read you the headlines of this, man. So we can make sure that our young people are knowing, like, don't partake in this, man. It's not worth it. In Summit County, Ohio, Akron police are looking for the gunman who opened fire inside a crowded bar early Monday, injuring 3 people. So this is yesterday. According to police, the shooting happened around 2 a.m. I'm telling you, man, the old people had that saying that nothing good is happening at night. You know, nothing good. Around 2 a.m. at the Fieldhouse Lounge on the 300 block of Paul Williams Street. Off-duty uniform officers, workers in security for the business heard the gunshots and called for assistance. Man, I'm telling you, being a police officer in itself is already dang. That little bit of money of trying to be a security guard for these lawless and reprobate people, man, I'm not dying for that. I'm not dying for that. Man, the last time I had a security job was probably about 2.5 years ago, and I did security at a skating rink. That was fairly easy. Okay, let's see. When officers went inside, they found 2 of the 3 victims, an 18-year-old male and a 36-year-old man. Both were transported to a local hospital and are listed 18 and 36. Man, that's somebody that's a year older than me out at 2 a.m. getting caught up in this mess. I can understand somebody 18-year-old out there doing it because they don't have nobody at home. But if the 36-year-olds, the people in their 30s, is not giving the people the wisdom, this stuff gonna keep happening. Both were transported to a local hospital and are listed in critical condition. Their names have not been released. The third victim, a 25-year-old man, showed up at the emergency room with gauze and a gunshot injury. His name is also not being released. Police said there had been a concert at the Fieldhouse Lounge at some point. A fight broke out and the gunman fired multiple shots. See, when you're going to these little backroom clubs, man, a lot of these bouncers and stuff like that, man, they don't have, a lot of these are just big people or intimidating looking people that really don't have no kind of training. They don't know how to do proper pat down searches. And if you actually know the bouncers, they ain't patting you down. They letting you go up in there. And a lot of people is toting that stick on them going up in these places. And you thinking just because you got patted down, that somebody else in there got patted down, and it is not without a gun. And it finds out these folk getting shot up. Happening at a lot of rap concerts. Let's see, promotion flyers posted to social media to indicate the concert was featuring rapper Torrance Boosie, Ivy Hatch Jr. According to previous reports, 2 people died in August 24 after shots were fired prior to an outdoor concert also set to include Boosie. And then it's asking for information. If you know anything, call this hotline number. So his concerts got shot up in August. You got to think, man, this same rapper got shot at a concert in his leg. So he got a history of his concerts getting shot up. He's even been injured behind it. Man, when will our people wake up to the fact and understand the value of life? You got these people going to these concerts getting shot up, and then they gonna come out the emergency room after being in critical condition if they make it, and gonna be acting ignorant to the fact as if they don't know. I don't know why this concert got shot up, man. We can't even have a good time. The problem with a lot of us, man, we are not having a good time unless it's in lawlessness. We're not having a good time unless drugs is being taken. People is getting drunk. We got butt naked women, gunplay. Man, I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around a bunch of dudes, that's got guns and no training, no discipline. Man, that's a recipe for disaster. I want you to think about if you got your daughters in these places, or you're permitting your daughters to go to these places. Man, they dressing like harlots, wearing these high heels, and some gunshots rang out. Man, they gonna sprain an ankle trying to get up out of there. A lot of them ain't gonna make it out of there. This is the kind of stuff that's happening in our community, and you wonder why. We don't have any unity. You wonder why nobody's advocating for us. Look at the kind of stuff that we promote. Look at the kind of stuff that we put up with. Let me ask you something. Out of Lil Boosie's whole playlist, how many righteous songs can you find? And the reason I'm saying this is, okay, if you are set apart, man, you might want to stop listening to this stuff, because this individual don't make set apart music. You must understand, knowing that a lot of this music that our folks you listen to this stuff now, they are openly talking about how much drugs, and now it's like this younger generation finds it cool. They find these artists cool because these artists is talking about they the biggest drug heads. Not back in the day where the artists was talking about we drug kingpins. No, these people talking about they the biggest junkies. Can't nobody else do it like me. I popped 2 perk 30s and a Molly, and I'm on like, what? When did becoming a junkie, start trending? And that just lets you know, man, it's the decline of our people. Man, you'd be an absolute fool to call yourself going to a Lil Boosie concert in one of these major cities where you got a whole bunch of hothead, ignorant niggerdom happening. You be a fool. Come out surprised. I don't know why I got shot up. We was just vibing, having a good time. Man, when you get around a lot of our people, man, that's low vibrational. You out in these streets late night, man, it's a recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster. Young people, you got to have a cutoff point. You might think being at home by 9, 10 is lame, it's corny, but guess what? Those folk gonna live to see another day. You think about the time of day when a lot of these clubs open. A lot of these clubs open 10, 11, but they really don't get jumping till 12 or 1. And that's when them demons is active, man. That's when folk is on demon time. And I'm just trying to make sure young people, our youth, get the message, because we're losing a lot of Yahudim. We're losing a lot of Black and African American people. And you think about the future generation being prudent, man. If our youth gets sucked into this mess, man, who is going to replenish the next generation? Who is going to make sure in our community there is another generation? Young people don't even realize, man, that people are losing their lives due to the turn up. You got people showing up to these concerts selling all kind of drugs that's been cooked in their doggone basement, cooked in their dirty kitchen. You got security that ain't really qualified to be doing security. This one actually had, I tell you, ain't no way in the world I'm putting my life on the line to defend crime, and then I'm going to pull security for the people that promote criminal behavior. You done lost your mind. You got to start thinking about how we're moving. Young people, man, that concert is not worth it. A lot of these parties you going to, not worth it. Not worth it. And every time somebody dies, they say, "Oh, it was so sad, man. They had a promising future and they could have been so much." They weren't moving like it. People that's goal oriented, people that's focused, man, they're going to move in a certain manner. They're going to move with a certain level of discipline. Man, if you're hanging around low vibrational people, man, you'd be an absolute fool not to think low vibrational type stuff is going to happen. Man, you look at some of these other genres of music and look at what concerts and stuff don't get shot up. Seems like, man, when it comes to our R&B, it's got to be the most ratchet of the ratchet, the most freakiest of the freakiest, the most thuggish of the thuggish. That's the stuff that gets shot up. Music, man, you got two ends of the spectrum. You got righteous music that's promoting something good, promoting a positive message, and then you got music at the other end of the spectrum that ain't promoting that. And the exact lyrics of what Lil Boosie was singing when that place got shot up was his hit song, Set It Off. Everybody's shocked. I don't know why. When somebody really set it off and them shots rang out. Young people, you better keep your head on the swivel. You better pay attention. You better listen to wisdom. You better listen to wisdom. Your life can depend on it. Closer to Y'all Ministries, kicking it gun barrel straight.